In a coming video, we need a transfer pump or a fluid injector, not a fluid extractor. We've got a couple of those and there's several variations of those, but we need something to actually pump the fluid up into a transmission, a transfer case, front differential, rear differential. I think you get it. Now, there are a million ways to do this. They sell little 12-volt transfer pumps where you can actually pump it like a little fuel injector pump almost. There's several ways to handle that. We wanted something more manual that you can manually pressurize. You could even make this where you could pressurize it with an air hose also. We're not going to get into that, but we'll explain it to you. But let's go ahead and get started with simple products you can buy off the shelf. Well, I say off the shelf. We were trying to do this where we could walk in a box store like a Lowe's or a Home Depot or Menards and be able to put this thing together, but we were short a couple of items that in this case Lowe's didn't have. So we did have to resort to Amazon. So you could buy all these products from Amazon. You could buy most of them from a box store. You may even be able to buy some plastic stuff from a box store to complete the kit as well. And again, we'll get into the details in just one moment. So let's dive in and show you how we're going to make this transfer pump, show you how it works. Now, real quickly, let's go over what we have. We got some transmission fluid, which we'll be using to show you how it works. We've got some 3/8 OD outside diameter, 1/4 inch ID inside diameter, clear vinyl or PVC hose, whatever this is. You can, again, buy this at the box stores. I had to buy 10 feet of it, or you could buy this on Amazon, wherever you're buying stuff. Got a little WD-40 just because I goofed up, and I'll show you that in a moment. And then I bought 2 of these on Amazon because, like I said, I could not get them in Lowe's in brass. You could get them in a shark bite fitting that was all plastic that was push to lock, but I just didn't want that. I wanted a brass fitting with a ball valve, 1/4 inch ball valve, to be able to easily turn and it lasts forever. So I could buy a 2-pack. I think they were 10 bucks for a 2-pack. Even comes with some hose clamps as well. I don't think you'll need that. I did goof here. I bought 3/8 ball valve. This is 1/4 inch ID and 3/8 OD. So I've got to stretch this over this 3/8. So don't do what I did and goof up, even though this is going to give you more flow, but we're going to be restricted by the 1/4 inch hose anyway. So I think we can make it work, but if you're buying this, we'll make sure we put the 1/4 inch ones in the description if you're interested. I've got a razor knife. I've got a pressure sprayer. You can buy these. Again, you can buy them online if you want to. I got this at Lowe's. I think this was around 15 bucks, 13, 14, 15, $16, somewhere like that. I know it was less than 20 and somewhere around the $15 range. And that comes with a wand to be able to spray your insecticides, things like that. We're actually going to use that. We're going to cut the ends off, and then the handle, we're not going to use that. Not going to use this hose. We are going to use the dip tube because that's actually cut to length to go down and actually suck the fluid out. So we are going to use that, but the wand and the black vinyl hose, I don't think we're going to use that. And then we got a heat gun as well to help move things along. Now, we really don't need the pressure sprayer right now. We can work with everything. In fact, let me take this. Let's see. We don't need this. We do need this dip tube. I'll just go ahead and cut that off. We don't need that hose. We can move that. We do need this hose. We will use this wand, but we don't need the tip. Slide that off. That's a little O-ring. We don't need that. So we will use that here shortly as well. Again, this is our dip tube. Don't mess with that. Let's try to get this off though. Could probably heat this up and pull it off as well, but if it'll just come off with a simple cut. Yeah, there we go. And we are going to take this and slide it over our hose because this comes down and actually seals that onto the bottle and helps to seal this hose on to this fitting right here. And you may want to clearance this with a 3/8 inch drill bit, meaning drill it with a 3/8 inch drill bit so it will fit easier over the vinyl hose. You can probably do it without it, but you'll just have a time putting it through. And with the 3/8, it's still going to fit nice and tight, but it'll slide on there a lot easier. And on here, you can probably push that on absolutely fine, but a little bit of heat, and it doesn't take a bunch, and it will slide right over. Let that cool a few seconds, and that's going to be locked on there well, especially when we push this down and screw that onto the bottle. So that will be in our bottle, and then coming out of our bottle, we'll give ourselves a couple of feet, and this is where we'll insert our ball valve. Get rid of that trash. And as I mentioned, if you had the correct ball valve, you would not have to worry about heating this up, but I went big, and I'm gonna just put a little WD-40 on there. That'll help me after I heat this up. And I might as well use a little gloves to not burn myself. And again, you could probably secure this with hose clamps or zip ties once you're done, but I don't think you'll need to. And there, I got it slide all the way up. And I think I like that 3/8, so now I don't believe I'll ever have to use any zip ties or hose clamps on here. I think that'll stay on there from expanding so much if it doesn't split. So anyway, as it cools down, it'll continue to constrict. So there we've got the dip tube end, and now this will be, obviously we can control the fluid on and off, and so we'll add some more hose here. And again, a little persuasion, and we've got both those tubes slid all the way on there. And again, once they cool, they're going to be nice and locked in. So now we have our dip tube, we have our clear PVC hose, then we have our ball valve, turn fluid on and off, and then I want a little bit of a lead. Again, this could be adjusted later. And now we're going to use our tube here. So I'm going to try a couple of tricks here in order to, number one, bend this pipe, and number two, to actually hold this one in a hook, because what I need is kind of a shepherd's hook, right? To be able to hang in that transmission or transfer case and fill it up and, you know, not have to hold it in place or hold it above it or whatever. The reason I don't like this one, I'm not crazy about this one, is because the ID is so small, it's just going to take longer to fill. And when I go to bend this, I'm scared that I'll kind of collapse that. So that's why I'm thinking, I was thinking like speedometer cable or something, but that hadn't been around since like the 80s, I think. But I'm thinking I can put this in there, maybe lube it up a little bit, make the bend, and hopefully be able to still pull this out. So let's try that one first. And I'm going to bend it around my Sonic Tools socket right there. In this, use our WD-40. There we go. And I'm not sure where I need to bend it, but I'm going to say about right there. Oh, not yet. We've got about a 90. I think we still need a little more. Yep, wire pulled right out. I'm going to run this under some water, make sure it cools off. And I think that's about what we were looking for. And I can trim that off if I need to shorten that, if it won't reach into places. Again, right there, you could put a zip tie or a hose clamp on there if you want to, but I doubt it's going to be under much pressure to be able to push that out, especially after it shrinks. And there you go. Let's try one more thing. There's a little trick that I learned recently, and I thought I knew all the old tricks. Apparently, I did not. Actually, Mr. Subaru, if you don't know Mr. Subaru, look him up. He's got a great channel, and he and I have been kind of buddies for a while, seeing each other at tool shows, at SEMA, things like that. So don't want to take this away from him. That's the first place I've seen it. And like I said, I thought I've seen all the old tricks. And the trick would really be to have some longer shrink tube. But supposedly, and it works with vacuum line, I'm trying it with PVC tube. It may not work this way, but let's see what happens here. So I'm going to bend the tube, heat the heat shrink. And again, it'd be better if this were just a single long piece of heat shrink. Make sure you got it shrunk really good. Get them to cool this down. I would have never dreamed that was going to work, but it actually worked. It looks pretty cool with the clear heat shrink on there. Looks like we just heated the tube and bent it. So there you have it. You can go this route, or you can go this route. I kind of like this one because, like I said, we've got a larger ID there. We got a full 1/4 inch ID, and over here it's a lot less than that. So I may have to change it out for this tube here. But that's what you can do with heat shrink and vacuum line or a PVC line. You can actually put a bend in it, heat shrink it, cool it off, and you've got a permanent bond or permanent bend. Now let's do what we came to do here. These Liqui-Moly bottles have a little pour spout built into them. Makes it pretty cool. We don't need that where we're going. Can't pressurize it yet because we don't have our dip tube in. Close that down. Slide our dip tube in. Make sure that O-ring goes in there. And we have our wrong nut on there. This is supposed to be on there. And by the way, you don't have to clearance this one with 3/8 drill bit. It slides right on. There were probably several of you screaming at me when I did that. Now make sure your O-ring goes in, locks down. And so you can see with our ball valve open, it's already pumping fluid. And we control it with our ball valve, and you can see the fluid dropping in our container. So really simple solution for, I don't know, probably 25, 30 bucks for all of it. You may have some stuff laying around that you can actually use. And it doesn't take a lot of pressure to pump the fluid. As you can see, I only pumped it a few times and it's still going. And it's self-purges.